Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's up, everybody? We're back for another part of the tutorial series. Today we're going to be working on still pickups in that area. We're going to work on our heart pickup, basically where the character can walk and he picks up a heart and it increases his health. So we're going to go ahead and knock that out. It should be a little short little video. Keep the momentum going. As you can see, I've definitely organized this area because it was getting very cluttered and very junky. All right, so let's go to our item. We're going to need to go to our pickup item parent that we made in the last video for our coin. And we're going to create a child blueprint class. And we're going to call this pickup item health. Let's do a heart. Let's do heart instead. Heart sounds better. Pickup item heart. Because this is not going to be like our potion, which we can save for later, if we even make that. So here in our pickup item heart, let's say this. What we're going to need to do specifically for this, we're going to change this to interactable yes. Oh, wait, no, we need that false because it does it automatically. Change this to 1, and we're going to change this to health. And we need to add something because I don't have a mesh to represent our heart. So what we're going to do is, there's always a way to make lemons into lemonade, as they say. So what we're going to do is go to our UI and get our heart that we made earlier, if you have a heart. Or if you have a static mesh you can use, you can just throw it in here. Or you can do like I'm doing and use the UI texture. So I'm going to go to our heart, and I'm going to do sprite actions, create sprite. And it's going to be our heart sprite. So now up here, we're going to need to do paper sprite. And we need to attach this to the static mesh because now when the static mesh moves, the sprite moves. So we don't have to change anything or do anything else. So go here and we change it to our heart sprite. Boom. And we also need to get rid of the collision because if not, this will be solid. Can player step up on? No. And overlap all. It doesn't need to generate overlap collision. Can overlap events because we have a spear that does that. And that's pretty much everything for that. So we're done with that. So the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to actually need to create our... Wait, no, we need to go to our hearts widget that shows our health. So here, now I did this before. We had it pretty much to hearts. We had it set to this, our hearts. So what we're going to change is we're going to, instead of having them start out as hearts, change them to heart damage, like the empty ones, because we're going to redo how this is done. Because if not, when we pick up a heart, all of these will already be full, and it'll just mess up our logic. So let's compile and save that. Change these to empty. And we need to go into our graph. Now on our construct, what we're going to do is to make this different is we're going to check immediately on our on the minute it's created on construct how much health it's supposed to have. Oop, phone went off. Let's mute this. All right. So now we're going to switch, add a variable. Sorry about the phone interruption. We're going to change this to heart amount. And we're going to change that to an integer. Now we need to get this, and we want to switch off of this. Because depending on how much health we have, when it's constructed, that's how much health we should show. So let's do boom, boom, boom. We need to start up. The start index needs to be 1. And we don't really need a default pin. It should be one of these 3. So, because if it's 0, I mean, you're dead. So we don't need to show that. So we need to get our heart 1. Set brush and brush from texture, and we need to set it to heart because if we have one health, then we need to show just the first heart. If it's 2, we need to do this. Drew, I had a brain fart just then. We're gonna duplicate. Connect this here to 2. Texture. Also, we need to do hold up. We need to do a sequence. Okay, it needs to do this one too. Because it needs to set both of them. And then target self. And then we're gonna do this once again. I'm doing Control D to duplicate. Let's slide this up. Slide this up a bit. Control D. And we'll do here another sequence. And we'll do this. We could just call straight to there. Boom, boom, boom. And we need to change that for heart 3. So now if it checks the health amount, if it's 1, it changes the first heart to full. If it's 2, it does the first one and the second one to full. And if it's 3, it does all 3. So alhamdulillah, we got that set up. Now we have this function where we take damage and it decreases our health and it changes it to the empty one. We need to now do it to where we increase, it shows the next one. So all we got to do here is we actually can duplicate this. We can duplicate this whole thing. Control D, duplicate, and we'll just modify it a bit. Custom event. We'll call this increase health. You couldn't see me type it. So the only thing we need to change here is we just need to kind of rearrange some things. So let's get these right here. And we also need to create this input. And let's name it per health. So we need to just switch up a few things. So when we get to here, we need to do for each. We can actually take this one. We don't need to edit this, but so much. We just need to rearrange all of this. So we need this for each loop on, and we need to start from index 1. And we don't need the default pin. So on 3, if we have 3 hearts, then for all three of these hearts, we need to set it to full. And you don't have to do it like this, but you could actually just set the third one. But this is good for, in case for whatever reason these aren't set. So this will work. And now for these two, if we have 2 health, we need to do heart 1 and heart 2, not heart 3. So for 2 health, we go here, and then we'll set that to a heart. And then we just need for 1, we only need heart 1. And then we'll change that to a heart. And this can all stay the same because everything else is pretty much functional. All right, compile and save. We should be good to go here, unless I forgot something. All right, so now the next thing we need to do is, I believe, where do we go? We need to go to our box. Yes, that's what we need to do. Go to our box. Environment. All right, breakable box. All right, so now we need to go ahead and spawn it, be able to spawn in our hearts here. So this is what we're going to do. We need to go down to our spawn drops. We need another variable. Oh, I did create this, so let's delete it. I'll delete it and recreate it. Health drops. And we're going to make that an integer, obviously. So we need this. And what we need to do is, if this, the same way our coins is, if our coins is greater than 0, then we need to, and this needs to be instance editable too. If our coin is greater than, or if our health drops is greater than 0, like our coins, then we need to spawn one. So we're going to do, if it's greater than 0, branch. Then we'll do another for loop, same as up here. If this is true, we'll duplicate this. Control D. And the input is also, the last index is the health drops. And we always start on 1, because if we start on 0, it's going to spawn an extra one of however many we set. So now we need to duplicate this spawn, Control D. We're doing a lot of duplicating this episode, so it should be short. And we'll switch this one to health. Or excuse me, heart. We named it heart. Our pickup item heart. And everything pretty much is the same as that one. The yaw is here. And we need to get the location and the scale. Just like that. Compile and save. And I believe we are all set here. And the last thing we need to do is we need to go into our character. We need to go to our actual Aki character, or your main character, wherever you call it. And here, we need to go first to the event begin play, because that's where we created our as hearts widget. So when we do this, we need to now set that value, which was heart amount, set heart amount, and we need to get our current health. So basically, the minute we create this, we're giving it the heart amount, and then it's going to go here. And I'm in the wrong spot. It's going to go here. No, it's not going to go here. It's going to go here, and then it's going to set the current texture, the correct texture. You'll see exactly what I'm saying in a moment. All right. So now we need to go back down to, we need to make a custom event actually. I'm going to go back and clean this up like I did my BPs in a moment, my other blueprints. So we need a custom event. We're going to call this, oh, wait a second. No. We don't need a custom event. We have one. We need to go to our event item pickup. And so from here, we need to now check from the item pickup reference, the health, and we need to do plus our own health plus our own health. And if this is greater than 3, now if this is greater than 3, we don't want to run this because we can't have excess health. So we don't want to do that. And we do plus instead of increment because we could have a health item that does 2 hearts or 3 hearts if we add more health in the future. So we just think like that instead of just doing it in an increment way. So branch, and you can always come back and edit this stuff. Whatever you want to, like if we come out and do a, matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that. Promote to a variable. Max health. And we'll set this. Where is it at? Default value. We'll set it to 3. So if ever we want to change this in the future, let's say if a character gets a upgrade that lets them increase their max health and we make this widget bigger, we'll have the possibility of doing that. So back into our key. Now, if this is true, or excuse me, if this is false, if this is less than our max health, or if it's not greater than our max health, excuse me, then we can go ahead and set it to that. Because if it's equal, it's fine. Not max health. We need to set our actual health now. Set health to this value. And we also need to, we don't need to display our widget. What did we have to change? Oh, yes. We got to change this to in our parent. We got to go back to our items, pick up item parent. We need to remove this because what's going to happen if we don't remove this, if I was to pick up this heart and even if I was at max health and it didn't run it, because it ran this, it's going to immediately destroy the heart, even though I didn't get it to upgrade my health. So we need to remove this. And instead of doing it there, we're still going to destroy it, but instead of doing it there, if in our key, if this completes successfully, we'll destroy it. So we need our item pickup reference. Get item pickup reference. Destroy. Now we'll destroy it. Both. If we pick it up and it's true, we'll destroy it. And if it's, obviously, if we pick up the coin, it destroys. So, mashallah, we should be all set up. Let's go ahead and test this out. So let's go here. We got this box. We'll do 3 coins, 2 hits, and we'll say 3 health drops. Oh, what? Oh, that's because I got this on the side. It's fine. That's just something I have open on the side to help me follow my code. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, boom. And something is going on. Okay, yeah, there's one thing we made a mistake on. In our breakable box, we need to get our world transform. We need to do the plus Z, the plus 50. That's why it spawned in the ground. So we fixed that. Boom. Now down here, we forgot to do this. As our hearts widget, get as hearts widget, we need to, before we destroy it, call our increase health. Increase health. And our current health is here. Then we destroy it. Now, let's go in and test this out again. Do it again. Boom. Boom. Hit twice. We got our 3 hearts. And we should, oh, wait a minute. Okay, yes, it worked. So we picked up 1. Boom, we picked up 2. And if we try to pick up more than 3, it does not work. Mashallah, we have our Aki character health pickup set up. And it worked because I forgot to turn this down to 1, but I did that before I started recording. So, alhamdulillah, we have this part of the tutorial series done. Mashallah, thank y'all for following me. We're going to keep going. I think we're going to finish. I want to say we'll finish in about part 30. I don't want to go too far because I want to leave y'all room to kind of branch out and do your own thing. But alhamdulillah, thank you for watching. Inshallah, if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section or message me on Discord, and I'll get at you whenever I get a chance. Assalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.